it's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every time, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Ball changes hands, and the offense finds themselves back up inside their own 10. They go to the ground. Strong run to pick up the line off to the 15.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. He'll pull it on the read. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's a nice job by this defense. Understand this. That QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that second one.
Already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. They'll move the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Weckman. Grabbed over the middle, it's Connors. Really nice job to get it past the sticks. Pick up the first down at the 30.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Send the tight end in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Nice catch and good work after it to get it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point. The score's going to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up in that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Really disciplined job by the Cleveland unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Houston offense about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Good enough for first down.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with his back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, uses athleticism, uses speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. He's simply one of the best box defenders you can find in the entire country.
Dropping back, it's Wegman. Fires to the big foul. He stopped just inside his own 40. They'll mark it at the 39. It'll be 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quarterback adept. And he's sacked on a big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Really good job by everybody there. Well played. Good run and a first down. The Red Raiders in the hurry up. He's got it on the run. And he'll step across the sideline after making a good gain on that one. They're going to work on 2nd down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The play action fake. Let's it fly. Touchdown! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting him safe. And he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. This guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on him.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. BYU was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Cougars performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. This game may or may not be a college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, not bad. Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air. It's Wegman. Pocket break down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You're seeing a complete effort right now by this football team. Their offense has been doing their part, scoring points. They've got a big lead, and the defense right now is just shutting the opponent out. So good against the run and so athletic, and they have the ability to rush the passer. As you saw right there, getting the sack. We're only in the first quarter, but they're right now winning this game in all 3 phases.
14. Houston, 0.
Houston sends the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Send the offense back onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
On the double. Yankee blue. In blue. In blue.
Play action on first down. Quarterback on the move, still working. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Looking downfield, it's Morton. This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, we decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
And the Red Raiders in a good spot here with second and short.
Get set. Get set.
Just keep swinging it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
The Red Raiders come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. He wants to change this route. Snap from the gun on third down. It's Carter. He'll come through on third downs. He's got it up in the market at the 23.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end.
Breaks into the open. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Red Raiders want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to the ground. They get him stuck, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Makes the grab. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. But they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. To the ground to try to move the chain. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
The Red Raiders will go for it on fourth down.
Come on, set. Roll it, roll it.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. Just hammering with this running back again. He noses his way into the end zone. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. The defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the whole team.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Take over. First and 10.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
This pass rush has just been relentless. You can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Broussard. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
With the catch, it's Connors. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Set. Hut.
Looking downfield, it's Wegman. Trying to set up the screen. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds. As an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Jackrabbit.
From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Johnson. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And that's a
Great job by the wide receiver there on a critical down. 3rd down, running the curl route, coming back to the football, making the catch, and picking up the first.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12.
Easy.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Pressure coming. No close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the dead ball, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
They methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one 3rd and long. They want to throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's York. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's dropped. Right at his run. They spun that wheel of fortune on 2nd down and come up bankrupt. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Going right to work up top. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Throwing on the run. It's picked up and ruined the drive with a turnover.
receivers, you know, they might at least have a hint of diva in them, right? Like they're always open, aren't they, according to them? And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback because when they do throw that hand up there, you want to throw them the football. You want them to have confidence. You want to force feed them. You want them to really have that confidence at an all-time high. Sometimes you force them a little bit too much. The defense takes advantage like they did right now.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team has found themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack part. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Wegman. He uncorks one deep. He's got it on the outside. Touchdown, Houston. Oh! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25.
3:25.
Power football with the run.
And what's the closest guy to the football? It's those defensive tackles. Those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grab behind the line. It's Nicky. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to start the second half. Houston will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
29 Philly.
He might want another play. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Catch in the middle. It's Virgil. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. They've never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to throw, it's Morton.
zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
That's caught. It's Eakin. There we go. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half. So in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's first and goal at the 9.
It's a nice play call there. You've got a two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Offense changing the play. To the air. It's Morton. Big guy smells it. And they add 6 more minutes to the house. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up. He knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. Gotta find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more effective.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. This is why this team is losing. You gotta protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play of 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. Good job by him knowing in zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Third down, this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Dropping back, it's Wegman. And down he goes.
This defense is just simply not playing well. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big 3-man coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, probably you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got to pursue positions So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They'll go to the air. Grab behind the line. It's sticky. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The pass play, they hoped would spread the defense out, create a one-on-one opportunity, but they were equal to the challenge.
Yeah, and that's a play the receiver would love to have back. It looked for a second like he might be able to break that tackle and score a touchdown. Just wasn't able to get it done.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he gets nothing. And this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to run it in from the 2 on 3rd down? Looking for a man. It's Morton. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
And it's 3rd and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but we got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity to throw down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it.
That keeps the score. Texas Tech, 28. Houston, 7.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Snagged in the middle. It's York. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
42, Spider.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Using his legs to buy some time. They get a rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. They make the stop. Just a little bit of time to get to that 1st down mark.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it. But some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down. Houston wants to play fast.
Good enough for a 1st down.
Listen.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unleashes one. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
Nice job on this defense. That explanation.
start this drive with a pass. Ball over the middle. It's Carter. Defense coming out of position, and they get it down finally at the 38.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Easy.
To the air, it's Morton. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
It's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you've earned the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decision.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Can't find his man. Doing a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
On the
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
green 25.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and completing the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
The official says no good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
Well, that's now the 2nd missed field goal for this kicker. I'll tell you this, he can't blame the weather for all this. This is a beautiful day. He needs to do better executing these field goals.
Here comes the Houston offense once again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to play football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive in this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
The Cougars can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off play action. Dances away. Just a short pass to the tight end. He breaks the tackle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket, getting it to the big fella tight end.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and complete the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short, and they want to find a way to pull this one out. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives and sometimes you're trying to get young guys in the game at this point. But now, just fighting for pride, just try not to get any more points in the score.
Grabbed in the middle of the outlet. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Red Raiders want to crank the tempo. Back to pass, it's Morton. The quick out. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on the first down. A lot of urgency for this offense.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up the first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Eakin. Now the connection takes him to the 11. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to take a shot on second and short. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
They'll immediately call timeout. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.